hate the cops. I do not hate the police. I'm, I still believe in police, but they have to be accountable for what they do. Just like in every other profession, you're accountable for what you do. Well, why is the police not being accountable?
Right.
Nobody is like, we all have to be accountable for what we do.
That's right.
Okay.
So why are police not accountable? That's all. That's my main thing. To me, it's accountability. And to me, it starts with the main one here in Fresno with the mayor.
Right. Thank you. I just wanted to get your perspective on that. Maria, so there were a lot of attacks that happened to you. I believe one of them was the Ray Appleton show, which is a conservative radio show here in Fresno. And he said some pretty nasty things about you personally as a mother. He don't even know you.
Didn't know me from Adam.
And that's been one of the pieces, even in slavery. You know, we call them niggers, we call them coons, we call them all these different labels to label someone to make them feel less than of who they are. And Ray Appleton went on his radio show, and we're going to talk about the Fresno Police Union, because we have to understand that the police union here in Fresno puts money up for people to run for office for their best interests. Not the people's interests, but their best interests here in Fresno.
Oh, yeah.
And so can you kind of rewind and take us back to that day when you listened to the Ray Appleton show after they have traumatized your son, after they have brutalized your son, and we're talking about the Fresno Police Department on the first day of school. And how did that make you feel as a mother, hearing someone say that?
The first thing it made me feel was like Ray Appleton is a racist coward. Because if I had been in Ray Appleton's face, you better believe he wouldn't have been saying the things he said, and it wouldn't have just got cheered on like they cheered it on the radio. So Ray Appleton is a racist coward. Ray Appleton suggested that both the young men, both my son and the other young man, should have been tied to a tree and whipped.
Really?
The second thing that he referred, and he said he just, really hated. I mean, he said hate maybe about 20 times in less than a 15-minute span. And then he also suggested that these boys should have been hung on a cross. So we're talking about teenagers, and we're talking about an officer who assaulted a teenage boy for stepping outside of a line.
And yet this man probably still has a show on the radio.
Oh, yes.
I have no doubt he is still on the air here in Fresno, California.
Oh, yes. They love Ray Appleton here. They love him here. Mainstream media loves Ray Appleton because he has a big following, because the mindset is that if you are a person of color, then you are an easy target.
I see.
Yes.
We're just playing the video again for those of you who just tuned in. This is Maria's son, first day of school at Hoover High School. You see the police officer choking him with his own backpack. This is the part we talk about treating people with dignity and respect.
What did he do?
That's assault and battery right there. To a child, to a minor.
To a minor. That in itself should have been dealt with separately.
Why was he ordered to the ground? Why was he ordered to sit down when he had committed no crime? What was so hard about that officer talking to my son and saying something like, hey, people get killed in the traffic.
Right.
I just want you to be careful.
Right.
What was so hard about him saying him saying that to my son as opposed to choking my son.
Well, see, that's where common sense come into play. But you have to understand something. They're not doing that here. Common sense has been thrown out the window here.
What I don't understand is the same thing with the Centino family's loss of Freddie. Why does Fresno PD not have a crisis response team? If this officer cannot handle his emotion, he should have been calling somebody else to come and help. It's the same way if you identify somebody with a mental health issue, and by the way, mental illness is not a crime yet, but so many of the mentally ill are treated as criminals. We need a crisis response team in Fresno, people who are trained to deal with this. But these racist cops are allowed to function like it's, hey, we can just do whatever we want, and enough is enough. People are tired. People are tired of getting brutalized and having their children be brutalized. It's enough already.
But also something else that Sister Maria touched on, when she said that they allowed the police department to come in to the school, talk to her son when they felt like it, and the school district saying, well, if the police want to come in, we can't stop them. Of course you can.
Yes.
There's no law that says you, as a school district, have to allow them in there.
That boy's civil rights.
You chose to do that. You violated his civil rights.
That's right.
And in that same year, the ACLU, they will take on certain things, just not my son's case. The ACLU brought a complaint against Fresno Unified for misappropriating funds and basically helped getting that spot shooter set up, and also to have the officers on the campuses in schools. So, you'll take money from that was supposed to be for youth of color, low-performing youth, and you would use it to put a spot shooter up that don't even stop murders from happening.
And those murders could be affecting black and brown people of color. This is what Rev was talking about when he said, you're using our own tax dollars to kill us. You're using our own tax dollars to kill us. You're against us in this way. Fresno, wake up. The time is now. Change has got to come before there's going to be rioting in the streets. And I don't say this because I am pro-violence. I am a peaceful person. But there is an end point to this. You only have a democracy. You only have a republic if you are strong enough to defend it. And we have to be strong enough